time to talk that shit.
It's We Believe Green, baby.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Sean786 back again with one of these videos, guys. What a crazy week has been. It's been a crazy week, and today we're going to be talking about The Last of Us. That's right, guys. The Last of Us remake of the remaster, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And some leak has been coming out. Leading up to this game at the Summer Game Fest, they showed this game off and they talked about it. People are, yo, look at this game. Look at this game. But you know what? Before we get into it, let me give a shout out to some of you guys in the chat, man. Hope you guys are doing well. We got Louis Hennemez, what is good player? Apollo Cooper's in the chat. Baveri90, what is good, my G? One Trick Pony, Omi Tony, Phantom Knife, what's going on, G? Who else do we have? We are Will made it. We live, baby. We live, man. Bob's Adventure with the scooters. What is good player? Hope you well. Sapo, what's good? Enzo's in the chat as well. I know for some of you guys it's early. It's like 10, maybe 10, maybe late. But for me, I've just finished work. Send the news. Send all the information that's been happening since yesterday. Yesterday, a lot of things were going on with The Last of Us. Yo, Devon, what is up, player? You want to hop in? Let me know if you want to hop in, player. So a lot of surrounding The Last of Us. At the Summer Game Fest, we got let's start from the beginning. The Snitch. If you guys remember, the Snitch was out there, dropping leaks about PlayStation. A lot of PlayStation news at the time. He's been doing it recently again. Your play to not, yeah. This is not TTS. This is a live stream play. It's a live stream. But The Last of Us is coming out September the 9th, and it's coming to PC as well. Then obviously at the Summer Game Fest, Jeff Keighley, we got to see it. We thought, yo, it's upgraded. The Last of Us remake, The Last of Us 2 graphics. Yo, this game is going to be fire, according to the ponies. Ponies were loving this. Look at this shit. This shit looks incredible. It looks incredible, and that's how you do a remake. That's how you do it, Microsoft. You can't do shit. This is how you do a remake. Yo, imagine this game with The Last of Us 2 gameplay. Imagine that. Just imagine that, man. That's what they were talking about. They were capping, this shit, guys. I would gladly pay $70 motherfucking dollars for this remake. Because if it's gonna get The Last of Us 2's graphics and the gameplay, it's gonna look amazing. It's gonna be perfect. You heard the shit, guys. You seen the shit on Twitter. Some of you guys, if you're on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. This is the shit I'm talking about. They were capping for this game. Buying collector's edition, that $250 collector's edition. Zinc, what's going on? Deploy 619. Yeah, Sony's remaking the same gameplay. That's what's been going on. It's hilarious. People are losing this shit. People are losing this shit. 1 second. What else is happening on Twitter streets? Ray, what's good, my G? What's good? So they were capping for this game. Yes, I'll gladly pay $70 for this game. With The Last of Us 2 graphics and gameplay, I'm there day one. Sony, do you know what, Sony? This is a podcast I listen to. I don't know why I listen to this dog shit podcast, but I just do it. I just do it. I would like to know the information. I just need to know what they're saying. These POSs, I need to know what the fuck they're saying. They always says to me, Dad, you're Shan. How do you do it, bro? I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you listen to these pieces of shit. I go, listen, player. It's all about the information. So when I want to talk shit, when I'm talking shit, it's out there. It's facts. I'm not making shit up. This is the shit they're saying. So you can go to the dog shit podcast and listen to it. Yo, Sean was right. He wasn't making that shit up. This is the shit they were saying. Most of you guys listen to them dog shit podcasts. You want to know what they're saying. Yo, Windows 79, what's going on, man, G? I hope you well. Zinc, what's good, man? Baveri90. Scratch Acid, what is good, my play? Hyperfan Gaming, my homie, man. We did a great stream with As Dusk Falls. 7 hours, guys. We did a 7-hour stream. We completed it. Shout out to Dev on that, and shout out to you guys for watching that video as well, watching us playing that game. Oh shit, Windows 79. Don't say your boss is a pony player. Don't say your boss is a pony. I'll fuck him up. I will fuck him up on that. Yeah, Deploy 619. It's a dope game. It is a good game. Like a lot of us guys, we played it 7 hours straight. Aki Kapala, what is going on, my G? Hope you well. A lot of us guys, we played this. Me, Relski, Hyperfine Gamer, and the homie Stone King X. We played that game for 7 hours straight. We completed it one shot. There's so much more stories or variants with the stories with that game. I'll be honest with you, but I won't be live streaming that. I'll probably play that on my own time after this. But playing that game, we gave it around about 7.5. But the thing is, with them type of games, they have so many different stories that your score could move up on that. And that's what it is with them type of games. I reckon a lot of people will, if they play it multiple times with different endings and different stories, the way it goes, I would say a lot of people will score it around about 7.58. That's where I can see that game landing with a lot of gamers like us. Forget the Metacritic sites and all that stuff. Us gamers, you play it first through. I think a lot of people will give it in the sevens and eight. That's where I can see this game being. But dope game on that. But getting that getting back to the Last of Us and that, you're really f him up on that. Don't worry about the play. If you had to just drop a left hook, a Tyson uppercut will do. A Tyson uppercut. You know, put that was it nose bone into the brain like what Tyson used to say back in the days. But anyways, getting back to the Last of Us remake after remake, remastered. That shit is hilarious and that. People are questioning. Look, a lot of guys were buying. You remember selling out the Firefly edition? I paid $200 for that shit. Yeah, that's how I roll. Last of Us, remake using the Last of Us 2 gameplay and the graphics. I'm there day one play. Sony, Jim Ryan, Yoshida, Neil Druckmann. Shout out to them guys. They know how to make the game and that. But shit, guys, some leaks has been coming out. Some leaks has been coming out. Blitz Phantom, what's going on, my G? Some leaks has been coming out, guys, for the Last of Us remake. They call it the Last of Us Part 1 remake. That's what they call it right now. And a lot of guys were saying, you know what they're doing this for? First of all, the Last of Us 2 gameplay. Fantastic gameplay from the Last of Us 2 gameplay. I'll give it credit. But they were saying because of the show is coming out. They want to do an updated version. It's getting a PC release date later this year, I believe, or early next year. They can update it. So people who watch the Last of Us show, they'll be, yo, this is a dope show. If it is a dope show, but let's say if it's a dope show, yo, this is dope. Yo, they got a game? They have a game? Yo, let's get the game. Let's play the game. And that's what it was. And a lot of people thought this is going to be an up to date game with the Last of Us 2 gameplay. We know the animations and the graphics. The graphics are looking good anyway. The graphics are looking fine. Art points is looking really good on that. The character models. Some look a bit suspect. I got some videos, guys. I got some videos. We got some animations as well. And people are getting a bit upset because they're thinking like, let me put this out there. Let me share my screen first of all. This guy named Robert. Is it Robert or Roberto? Right. As you can see, guys, Xbox zoom in. Zoom in. As you can see, guys, this guy is named Robert Morrison. Your friendly neighborhood animator at Ben Studios credits The Last of Us Part 1, God of War, Injustice 2, and Resident Evil 7. So this guy's a pony straight up. He works for Sony. Now, I'm going to pull it back on that. Let me zoom out. Xbox zoom out. Look at that shit, guys. The Kinect's still alive. Now, when people would, yeah, Zinc, you love that shit, don't you? Innit? You love when I say that shit. Yeah, PYD's built like a teddy bear, the POS. Getting back to that anyway, guys. People will come around and say, "Look, this is a cash grab." He's probably talking about the Xbox guys talking that shit. Yo, this is a cash grab. This game came out in 2013. Then he decided to do a remaster for the PS4. Now they're talking about it's a cash grab. This guy was getting upset, and this is what he was saying. Actually, the most meticulously, whatever the fuck that word means, yeah, I don't know what it means, but yeah, built and crafted project that I have ever seen or been part of in my entire career. The highest level of care and attention to detail is possible well, to detail possible. He's talking about the quality of the game. This is the project. We built this project and crafted the project, bro. Look, the highest level and care of attention to detail possible. This is the shit he's talking about. Onyx, what's going on, player? Hope you well. Z Black Rider. So this dude works for what's this? It works for Sony Ben Studio and that. So when people are talking about this is a cash grab, this is a cash grab and that. You're gonna see the highest level of detail, the care, the attention. This is the most ambitious project he's talking about. You're gonna be shook. This is the shit he's talking about. Then guess what, guys? The leak started to come out. The leak started to come out. Now, guys, in the chat, shout out to the 38 people so far. You guys in the chat, have you seen the leak so far? Have you played the first game in 2013? Have you ever played the first game? I want to know you guys because I'm going to show some clips right now. And this shit's looking spooky. This shit's looking spooky like them motherfucking ponies walking down them street corners selling their bitch ass for those $70 remakes, the pieces of shits. That's the shit I'm talking about. My homie, the Max City, what is going on my play with the $5? So is Joel Jesus? They killed him to bring him back in the remake. Oh shit, come on, Max City. There's no need for that. Spoiler. That's a spoiler. You know this porn is gonna be saying that's a spoiler. Come on, don't leak this shit. Do not leak this shit. That's what they're gonna say. Yeah, Doom Reaper, very ambitious. Very. Now I'm gonna show some gameplay. So I start off with the animation play. Hit that like button because I'm gonna roast that Colin as well. I'm gonna roast that Colin as well. 1 second. I'm gonna show one clip because 1 second. Where's this clip? I can't find it now, guys. Sorry. Right. I'm just thinking I can't find this clip. Where this clip's gone? You know what? I can't find. Where's that clip gone? Oh man, look at this shit. Look at this shit. But anyway, we'll get back to that. I want to talk about Colin now. Colin Moriarty and that, guys. Do you remember? Do you remember when Colin was talking that shit? I did a video about this. Did a video about this. The boys did a video about this, talking about why would Microsoft buy Ninja TV? Why would they buy this? PlayStation does it the right way. They sell their game. People like to buy them high quality games. Do you remember that shit, guys? Guys, you remember Colin was saying that when PlayStation puts out exclusive, people go out there and buy them. When The Last of Us goes, when Uncharted comes, Ghost of Tsushima, all of them games. Do you remember when he said that shit? Yeah, I seen it. Don't show them remake clips. All right, no worries, play. He goes, I might get a copyright strike. So we got to be careful. We definitely got to be careful in that with that shit. We don't want to get struck, then I'll be off fucking. I won't be able to stream again or some shit. But looking at Colin, when Colin was talking about that shit, guys, you remember when he said when Sony makes a high quality game, people go out there and buy them. They will gladly pay that $60 or $70. Do you remember that shit, guys? You did. I'm sure you remember that. Yeah, scratch out. Look, 100%. Look at this shit. 100%. You remember that shit, play. Let me get the homie Raiden Blade with the £2. PS gamers are going to eat this game up brainless. Well, let's be honest, Raiden Blade, they're going to eat something else on them street corners for sure. So who knows on that? Now I'm going to play a clip from I think it's Defining Duke and that, or wherever the show was on that. Colin was talking that. Well, he wasn't talking shit. He was not talking shit, guys. So let me play this clip because this guy was talking that shit before about PlayStation games and how to sell. There we go, guys. Where the fuck are you, man? I'm gonna share my screen, guys. Now this is a clip here. It's a 2 minute clip. I'll stay quiet. Listen to this shit because if everyone remembers when he talked shit about the Xbox, talk shit about why buy this, why buy that. Xbox doesn't have to do quality games. They can't produce a studio from the ground up. Talked about when PlayStation puts a game out, they sell their games. People's going out there to sell it. But look at this shit now, guys. Look at that shit, guys.
I wonder if there was a canary in the coal mine with The Last of Us Part 2. One of the things that I didn't really talk about, but I noticed and I thought it was kind of weird was when they announced Part 1 coming to PS5 and PC, they said, we're also proud to announce that The Last of Us Part 2 has surpassed 10 million copies sold. And part of me was like, what? That's all?
Yeah, I said
That's
the same
one
thing.
in
It seems
that.
lower.
Yeah, I was like, that's 1 in 12 PS4 owners. This is like this is a marquee game
1 in
from
12
your biggest
PS4
team,
owners.
and they only sold 10 million copies. I'm like, that's not good. And that's great for Sucker Punch or Bend. I mean, and that's no offense. I don't mean that as an offensive thing to them. Like the lower tier studios are expected to sell less. Your Gorillas, your Insomniacs, your Naughty Dogs can't be selling 10 million copies of your games because these are supposed to be the tent poles. And I was really surprised by that. And so I wonder if there's also a kind of just a canary in the coal mine of them seeing that, years ago. I mean, those numbers are bubbling. That's after sales in 2 years, right? Of sales.
You hear the shit?
And so they look at that and they're like, shit, man, like we gotta really start investing in other things. We can always produce this kind of stuff. We'll always be known for it, hopefully. But there's no hurt in us reviving, say, SoComic Gorilla. That's always been my theory. So, Maddie, let's get you involved in the conversation. Do you have any thoughts on PlayStation's status right now? I'm curious how you feel they're doing, and
Look how
are
upset they
you as
are.
hard on
Look at
them
these guys.
as we've been on the show? Just
Shout
in
out
the
to Lord
sense that
Cognito. I know he's a
the
homie.
silence is exciting for us because I love the tension. It's like Willy Wonka. Like I hope it lasts, right? Like I love that tension, but I could see you being on the outside and being like, man, where the fuck are the games? Like, and not even the releases, but what's the future tell me? $500 isn't a little investment, dude. So at least with Game Pass, they have the promise of a catalog of selections by investing in that. So I'm just
There you go, guys. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Zinc, do you remember that shit? I remember that vividly when he was talking shit about Xbox and how Sony would sell their games and all that. These dudes, that's the problem with these dudes right now. I was gonna show the clips and that, but obviously saying I might get copyright strike, so we don't want to happen. But I'll definitely share them in the DMs or something. I remember these dudes were talking that shit, fully confident when Sony drops a game, people go out there buy them. And I'll be honest with you, The Last of Us 2, before it launched, before the story got leaked, what's going on, Victor Click? Hope you well. Before the story got leaked and that, coming off The Last of Us 1, honestly, I thought this game would have blew past the like 20 million, especially with 120 million PlayStation owners out there. Guys who I remember used to listen to podcasts, used to go toe to toe with ponies as well. This game, the way they were talking about the first game, you expect a sequel to come out and just kill it because it talked about the first one sold 20 million. So in theory, like you like expect it to sell like at least 15 million already or some shit in the space of like 18 months or something because the first one was it was a great game. In 2013, that was a great game. And honestly, I thought this game would have sold much more. But the way this game's come out, maybe these ponies are full of shit. Maybe last generation, the Xbox guys who had multiple consoles were buying that shit. I was one of them guys. There was one of them guys. I'm sure many of you guys in the chat who owned the PlayStation back in the days bought The Last of Us. Now, coming right here, they talked about these games are custom. Jim Ryan's talked about this, and I hate going back to this because I feel like we're just repeating ourselves every fucking week and that. Onyx, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that Uncharted shit play. I feel like we keep talking about this. Jim Ryan said the 10s, the 20s ain't enough anymore. PC, we love to see our games go beyond the console. And they talked about this in the presentation as well. But in that interview, he talked about it as well. Now, The Last of Us, I'm sure that game must have cost 150 million. I'm sure that game must have cost 150 million. Yeah, Devin, I'll be honest with you. The gameplay in The Last of Us 2 was solid. Beautiful, technical masterpiece. Story wasn't, there's a few story segments I didn't like, to be honest. But getting back to that, Jim Jigga J, what's going on, my play? Shout out to Ray Day becoming a re-upping and that, becoming a TTS family member. Shout out to you, player man, the homie, and that. Now, Scratch Asset, I definitely want to talk about that. I was going to talk about that on TTS tomorrow as well. It'll be interesting to see that. But I remember when Jim Ryan was talking about that interview, he was saying that the 10s and 20s ain't enough anymore. Basically saying you ponies are full of shit. You cap on fucking Twitter, social media. You act like you buy the fucking games day one. You ain't buying shit. 120 million PlayStations out there, and you motherfuckers just about got 10 million. And this is coming off a great sequel. A sequel that, from 20 million, you only sold 10 million in the space of 2 years. That's crazy, that. And that's what he talked about. He loved to see their games played by 20 to hundreds of millions of people. The opportunity that more people can play because these games are costing a lot of money. Costing a lot of money. These games ain't 50 million anymore. 100 million. They're going past 100 million. They're 150, $200 million games. Especially when a game takes 6, 7, 8 years. It's not cheap, guys. And to see the way PlayStation is moving right now, and it's hilarious to see that Colin was talking that shit back then. Look where he is right now. 10 million. He was at 10 million. Really, 10 million. The Last of Us 2's only sold 10 million. That's what, 1 in 12 PlayStation 4 consoles. That's when reality hit him. That's when reality hit most of these ponies. That shit. 10 million is still a good number, guys. But for a game like that, for a sequel coming off a great game from the first one, damn. Now getting back to the Last of Us remake and that, it's coming out, guys. It's been leaked. People are putting gameplay out there. They go, this is looking spooky. And then we got to find out. We got to find out that the gameplay is basically the same. It's the same as the 2013 game. A lot of people were expecting they were expecting the Last of Us 2 gameplay. That's what they were expecting, guys. And that is good gameplay. The gameplay is dope. It was yeah, Paulo Cooper was going on play. Or did they really say that, Cooper? Did they really say that? Damn. Yeah, the great 80, the great 180. Watch the ass. Tell them ponies to watch the ass before they hit them street corners. I'll use that tomorrow play. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but we're getting back to the Last of Us. It's come out. The animations looking the same. Honestly, the gunplay is the same. And these guys are coming out. Look, I'm gonna pull this quote up here. Let me pull this up again from that Robert guy. He was talking that shit. This isn't a cash grab. This isn't a cash grab on that. This is an article from the gamer. Xbox zoom in. Look at that shit. It doesn't matter if the Last of Us remake is a cash grab. The proof will be in the the proof will be in the post-apocalypse pudding. Basically, he was talking that shit, and now we've seen the game, and a lot of people are getting upset because a lot of people have spent a lot of money on this for the collector's edition as well. About $200 or some shit, 150. That's crazy, man. So look at this shit here. Where is it? I'm gonna highlight this part here. Where is this part? Look at this shit here, guys. He has ever worked on. This dude, Robert, he goes, this is one of them games, one of the most crafted games he's ever worked on. Boasting quality, animation, and craft a few in the medium can match. I don't doubt that it's in the slightest, and I wouldn't be surprised if the remake even sets a new benchmark. See that shit? Sets a new benchmark for the studio moving forward. But Morrison misses the point. Let's see, guys. It's hilarious. And let me just I need to send some 1 second, guys. The tears are crazy, guys. Look, guys, if you're on Twitter, you actually see this shit. I'm not joking. You do see this shit happening. It's crazy, man. The game's coming out now. They're saying, oh, and who remembers when they said this game should be game of the year? It should be game of the year. That's what they were talking about, guys. You remember that shit? That's crazy, man. Let me send this to you. I just sent this shit to a few people. There we go. I'm back now. I remember the conversation they were having. They're saying that the Last of Us remake should be considered a game of the year. Why? But because the graphics been improved, the gameplay has been improved. So basically, that's a new game. Should be considered the game of the year contender. That's the shit they were talking about. But very 90, you see all the tweets, bro. You be sending me shit as well. You know exactly what I'm talking about as well, player. That's crazy, man. They were asking this to be a game of the year. Then they found out this game. Most people are finding out right now. I wonder if they're willing to pay that $70 now, guys. I wonder. I wonder if they're willing to pay that $70. What, $70 for the upgrade graphics? Gameplay is still the same shit. Imagine playing The Last of Us and going back to Last of Us 2 and going back to part 1. The gameplay is massive in The Last of Us 2. Let's remember, guys, it's got a jump button and a dodge button. And the 2013 does not have that, I believe. It doesn't have the dodge button. And that dodge button was dope in The Last of Us 2. It helped big time with that game. It's gonna be interesting, man. Your dev, I sent you the link. If you wanna hop in on that, let me know. Yeah, bro. Listen, Apollo Cooper, I know that shit. Do you remember that shit? You remember they were saying that shit as well? To Dirt as well, they were saying that. Yeah, I will buy it. I'm there. Day one, $70. You know, it's great. It's this and that. Only to find out that this game, well, is it a cash grab now? I guess we will find out and see. Maybe this game, this part's getting leaked right now. Maybe this is an old build. Let's wait and see. But once this game comes out, I think a lot of people were expecting the Last of Us 2 gameplay. Ozzy, talk that shit. The Last of Us 1 remake looks like a Josh Whedon movie. Talk that shit, player. And on top of that, guys, you're paying $70 for this, and guess what? Faction's not in it. They removed multiplayer content. On top of that, where's your faction? Exactly, Cooper. Where's your faction? That's the funny shit, guys. Yeah, Major Chaos. You know they got Naughty Dog is the highest, number one studio right now. Who knows if like Sucker Punch and the other companies beat them, Insomniac and that will take the spot. But you know, Naughty Dog is one of the top tier studios right now, and they might get a freebie here, a free pass here and there, because they have delivered high quality games. But you know, with these factions right now, missing for content, paying $70, and a lot of people were hoping, and wishing that listen, I hope the gameplay from Last of Us 2 comes to part one. But that shit ain't happening, it seems. And people are tagged, they tag Naughty Dog on Twitter. Yo, Naughty Dog, is this legit? Is there any truth to this? That the gameplay is the same as 2013? Yeah, no worries, Dev. What's going on, Bay Area? What's good, player? Do you know what? Guys in the chat, let's do Rocky with the chat. I want to hear some of you guys. Opinion on this. After seeing what's leaked and that, Maurice the Expert, what's going on, player? Hope you well. Yeah, that footage could be old, Maurice the Xbox. That's what I'm trying to say. But the biggest key point about this right now, guys, is that the gameplay seems to be the same as 2013. Got the homie Zinc in here. What's going on, Zinc?
Hey, how's it going, man? Don't tell Colin. No, don't tell Jason Schreier. But I'm still crunching, man. I'm gonna be crunching for the next 5 weeks. That soft motherfucker. Anyway,
Talk that shit.
hey. Anyway, what's the question, real quick?
You know the Last of Us remake. You know when they showed it, they were talking about the graphics, the gameplay. But as
Let's
of
get
right
it.
now,
Let's get it.
you know what I'm
Super,
talking. Go for it, go on.
super cash grab, and nobody is saying anything about this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Instead of those guys hating on Halo 24 hours a day,
Yeah,
let's make Sony better. Okay, they have to do better. This is like you said, it's a remake of a remake of a remaster. That at $70, hey, is this going to be 30 frames per second? Is it going to be 120 frames per second? What is this going to be? This is a straight port, dude. Hey man, I just wanted to jump on. I'm glad you're doing this show. I'm doing my work. This is excellent theater. I'm gonna kill these guys until
you're
this game comes out.
yeah,
This is gonna
Zinc.
be great.
The crazy
Keep
thing
good.
is, yeah, just before you go, the crazy thing was that the way they were hyping this game up and that should be considered a game of the year contender. Do you know why? Because the gameplay is The Last of Us 2. They're doing the gameplay, they're doing the animation. Look at the facial, look at the graphics, look at the light and the gunplay. Only to find out the only thing they're just doing is the graphics and maybe a bit of lighting. Nothing else besides animations a bit. Everything else is the same.
Sean, you should have let me go. Because now, well, since you threw that in there, where is that multiplayer? This game is unfinished. It's a remake of a remake of a remaster that's unfinished. Hey, where is the multiplayer? Where's the campaign co op? Where is the Forge mode? Where is Big Team Battle? Where's all of this shit that they bitching at Halo about? Where's all of this shit? Why is this shit not free to play, Sean? Come on, man. We have to have these questions answered. Sony must be better.
But
All of
you know
that
what,
shit.
bro? I know you need to go on that, but do you know what, bro? Let them keep talking about Halo.
Yeah, let them keep talking about Halo. Meanwhile, Halo made all of its fucking money back within
Facts.
the first month of its release. and you have super ponies like Mr. Badbit over here saying, Halo isn't it. Hey, how about this? How about this for Sony fanatics new math? Sony Microsoft reported that they had 25 million um, Game Pass subscribers in what, November?
I
So
believe early,
how
late last year.
so how is it possible that they still have 25 million subscribers on July 21st, 2022? What kind of math are these clowns using? All right, man,
Yeah.
you better let me go because I
Nah,
see
bro.
Jason Schreier is coming around here.
Oh
He's
shit.
asking disgruntled workers, "Hey, are you working too hard? I'm soft. You should be soft like me. Let's complain about it." All right, man, I'll
I
talk to
bet
you
I
later.
bet he's hiding in the bushes.
He is. All right,
uh,
man, later.
Play. Take care,
All right.
man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm talking about, man. Why don't they ask the question? Where is the multiplayer for The Last of Us? Where is factions? But no, they all honestly. When you listen to this podcast, I know Zinc listens to them as well because he wants to know what these motherfuckers are saying, and many of you guys as well. You want to know what they're saying because at least we know what we're talking about. Then look, you did say this. If this person did say this, they said that shit. That's what we're talking about. Where is faction? But they always talk about Halo. Honestly, Halo's like, where do we start with Halo? But they always talk about Halo, but they never talk about the factions multiplayer. What is Naughty Dog doing with the multiplayer and that? Why are they taking content out? With Uncharted, take the multiplayer out. With the Last of Us remake of the remaster, let's take the multiplayer out. Let's launch Last of Us 2 without factions. That's the difference with the Xbox games and PlayStation games. They just focus on the single player games. But if PlayStation were doing the same multiplayer games and story driven at the same time, I bet they will struggle, and that's what they're struggling right now. That's what PlayStation did not drop any multiplayer last generation at launch. Besides Ghost of Tsushima, one of them games, I not Uncharted or that, but they don't support them like that. Full of microtransactions. They talk about Halo having microtransactions with cosmetics, bro. Games like Uncharted or Last of Us factions back then, it was pay to win, and that get better guns. Uh, I think like sliding animations and all that shit make you run faster. Who remembers that shit? Who remembers that shit? Pay to win, and the cry over Halo about cosmetics and that skins and all that shit. Crazy, bro, man. Honestly, I would love to share these animations and the gameplay from this Last of Us because it is leaked. So it's possible I could get a copyright strike. I know which my channel's been flagged anyway before. So I've got to be careful in that. But it's hilarious to see this now. See this leak come out. But you know what? I've listened to a podcast today as well. Even though after knowing all this information, even though they know this game is coming out in September, there's a lot of games going to be dropping in the next few months. A lot of games on multi-plat games, whatever you want to call them. There's a lot of games coming out right now. Even though all the information's coming out, talking about, I think a lot of people did expect the Last of Us 2 gameplay, including myself as well. Even though Naughty Dog might not have said it like that, but they say in such a way, and then opponents will run with it. They said that even though knowing all the information about the Last of Us remake of the remastered, the animation, the gameplay is the same. I'm still gonna pay $70 for that. I'm still gonna buy it day one. That's the mentality they got right now. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna still pay that $70 day one on that. Even though it's missing the multiplayer side of it, I'm gonna play it day one. Even though it doesn't have the Last of Us 2, even though the gameplay mechanics is the same, I'm gonna pay $70. Even though the animations is slightly tweaked, I'm gonna pay $70. That's the shit I'm talking about. Yeah, Luke. If Xbox was to release a game for a third time in less than 10 years, the media will kill them. Listen, Gears of War remake or remaster. Well, I can't remember what they called it. That shit was fucking done very well. The first one, 1080p 60. Zinc loves to talk about our 60 FPS. Facts, bro. When they were doing that 60 FPS, oh no, Xbox One, fat bitch, OG, 1080p 60. Yo, that shit was legit. That game looks great. That's how you do it. That game was what 9 years old, and they did it proper. And what did they do? They scored a bitch less. The media went out there. The first Gears of War got like a 96 meta. Well deserved, incredible fucking game. When the and when they really remaster remake it, and I can't remember what they called it, I can't remember now. Yo, they give it like an 80 fucking 4 or 86 or some shit. It's the same game, but the game is much better. Gameplay is better. Running 1080p 60. You look at the difference. You boot up Gears 1 and boot up the Gears 1 remake or remaster, whatever they call it. Look at the difference. That's what you call a fucking remake. A well done remake and that. But it's funny to see, man. Last of Us coming out. I want to see. Let's see how these podcasters how they cap for it right now. Gears of War Ultimate. Sorry about that. Extreme D. Thanks for was it correcting me on that. The Ultimate Edition. That's what they called it. So they did not call it like a full remake or something. They call it the Ultimate Edition, and that shit's legit. That shit is legit, man. Yeah. Now let's see this stuff. The game Shark and that he goes first party or not, we still get in the Plague's Tale, Scorn, Stoker Day One without paying more than our Game Pass subscription. Facts, bro. And there's a lot more high. Let's not forget the smaller games, like not smaller games, games you might not even notice. High on Life as well. That game's looking good, and you never know what the surprises may come as well during this year. That's what I'm talking about, guys. But the Last of Us guys are looking spooky, man. And honestly, some guys are tuning in right now. I'm gonna play this interview once more from Colin. When Colin was talking that shit about PlayStation game sells, they sell big time, and that the quality of PlayStation titles sell. Do you remember that shit? And then he said Xbox games don't sell. Why? Because they don't have the same quality as PlayStation. 20 million for Spider-Man, 20 million for The Last of Us, 20 million for Horizon Forbidden West. All of the games are 20 million plus. But this dude had to take an L and it was disappointed. Listen to this interview once again.
I wonder if there was a canary in the coal mine with The Last of Us Part 2. One of the things that I didn't really talk about, but I noticed and I thought it was kind of weird was when they announced Part 1 coming to PS5 and PC, they said, we're also proud to announce that The Last of Us Part 2 has surpassed 10 million copies sold. And part of me was like, what? That's all?
Yeah, I said
That's
the same
one
thing.
in-
It seemed lower.
Yeah, I was like, that's 1 in 12 PS4 owners.
Shook.
This is a marquee game from your biggest team, and they only sold 10 million copies. I'm like, that's not good. And that's great for Sucker Punch or Bend. I mean, and that's no offense. I don't mean that as an offensive thing to them. Like the lower tier studios are expected to sell less. Your Gorillas, your Insomniacs, your Naughty Dogs can't be selling 10 million copies of your games because these are supposed to be the tent poles. And I was really surprised by that. And so I wonder if there's also a kind of a
You hear that shit? The homie Justin March with the $5. Shout out to you, homie. I hope you well. Shout out to you, player. That shit is hilarious, guys. I love that shit. I love that shit, bro. When that shit hits him back in the face like that, I love that shit. Raiden Blade with a £2. Shout out to you, homie. Halo, Gears, and Forza Horizon 5 surpassed The Last of Us 2 in every was a department. Let's call it that. Everywhere. Straight up. All of them games, if it's 20 million players, 25 million players, they all achieved 18 to 20 million players. People have played it. It doesn't matter if they played it for 2, 3, 20 million people have played the game. And that is facts. And a lot of people, a lot of people brought the Forza Horizon, the Ultimate Car Pack, the early edition, and that did a couple of million over the week as well. Now I remember Jason that interview, man. I need to find that interview when he talks about the the quality from PlayStation, and that's the reason why people are buying it. I wonder how will he damage control this? Will he have a different take on it? Like maybe, do you know what? Maybe like if Sony maybe does something like Game Pass and they can bring that money in every month, that recurring money every month, they can continue making these big blockbuster games. I'm talking about when I remember Sean Layden having an interview or maybe live on stage, I can't remember. He talked about the way the games are costing right now. It's gonna get difficult to make these games are 25 to 40-hour games. He goes, it makes more sense in the future where you can see games being 10 to 15 hours. He talked about that Sean Layden, before Jim Ryan took over. So, and when Sean Layden said that, I felt like, you know what? The way the games are costing development time, it's taken 6 years, 7 years, and we're only selling 10 million copies. It's not good. So in the future, guys, when I talk about PlayStation making big games, they're still gonna make big games like blockbuster games, but you might not get the 25 hours one in the future, guys. In the next few years, you might not get the 25 to 50 hours experience maybe on some of the games. They might put it down to 10 to 15 hours, which is nothing wrong with that. But you might see a different direction. I do see that, but there's nothing wrong with 10 to 15 hours experience, in my opinion. Because 10 to 15 hours, we can get great experience in them games. But I wouldn't be surprised if to do move in that direction. Like, you know what, make a 15-hour game. It's taking too long to develop. You spend 6 years to make a game, 5 years to make these games. It's costing $150 million, maybe $200 million to pump out this game. It's not looking good on that. But guys in the chat, The Last of Us remake of the remake remaster, for sure. I'm pretty sure all of us said when we seen that shit, why did anybody ask for this game? Why are they making a remake? If they want to make a remake, why don't you go back to the old games like the God of War ones and the God of Wars 2? Give them a remake. People love God of War 2018. A lot of people's favorite game, when it comes to the PlayStation side. A lot of people's favorite game. Why don't you dig back into the catalog, make the God of War 1 and 2 remakes? I mean, proper remakes. Or make the trilogy a full remake. That's what I'm talking about. Go back and make them type of games. Or maybe the first Uncharted as well. But don't bring a game that's only fucking 9 years old. You did a remaster, then you did a remake because you're trying to milk it. Because people love the zombie horror games, and that was one of your best games that came out in the PS3 era. They're finessing you guys, straight up finessing you. But hey, end of the day, that's your money. That's your money in that. Listen, we don't have a problem as guys. I don't have a problem like people paying $70 for a game. People are gonna pay $70 no matter what. It's gaming. But this is the console war, so that's why we talk that shit. This is, Xbox versus PlayStation. This is what we do. Raiden Blade with the £2. Over 25 million for Halo. 20 million for Forza Horizon played. Be quiet, you motherfucker ponies. Facts, bro. And have you noticed PlayStation start going that direction as well? Over 10 million people have thrown a grenade. Over 15 million people have, done this and that. And I remember the ponies used to take the piss out of Microsoft when they used to say that stuff. Have a field day when Microsoft used to say that stuff. Do you know why? Because games not selling, so they got to talk about something. Now Sony's gonna move in the same direction. I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder if people still stick by and cap for the Last of Us remake looking like that. It's gonna be really interesting to see that. Yeah, but very 90, they should have called it that shit. That shit's hilarious, man. Oh man, listen, it's been like 45 minutes. I'm gonna dip on the next 10, 15 minutes, man. Yo, yeah, Bavarian 90, Ground has got 10 million players. And do you know what? I think we need to do a community game night with Grounded. I think we might need to do something with that. The game, once it releases fully, we might need to do something. But it's gonna be interesting, guys. The Last of Us, once it drops in that, I want to see what's people's impression of it. And guys, do you I think the first Last of Us got a 95, I believe. Do you see this game? Do you see I wonder if they're gonna score the game like same, or will it be in the 80s? I wonder if they do the same with the Gear, what they did with Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Even though the Gears of War Ultimate Edition was awesome, awesome on that. But let's see what they do with the Last of Us remake. I'm back on that. Yeah, the Zing did Jason get you play? But that's what it's gonna be fun on that. And I wonder how these guys gonna like on the podcast, even Colin as well. Look, there's no personal beef on that. He's the PlayStation dude, fair plays. I'm an Xbox dude. Us guys are Xbox dudes. We're gonna talk that shit. It is what it is on that. Yo, Paula Cooper, no, send me the link. Was he crying? What was he crying on, play? Oh, Zinc, be careful, play. Be careful. Don't get the union in. Get a union. Colin, I wonder what his stance is right now. Is he gonna say that? Listen, what Microsoft is doing with these studios right now, that's the way to do it. Well, Microsoft is dropping the marquee titles in Game Pass. That's the way to do it. They're bringing that money in every month. They're getting that $10 to $15 in that. Regardless, look, Microsoft is a $1 trillion company, not billion, $1 trillion company. Don't worry, we don't need to worry about their money. They know exactly what they're doing. You sent me the post, all right, Paulo Cooper. T's Pain, what's going on, player? What is good, G? Hope you well. Let me see my Twitter now. So, and I'm gonna share my screen on that. So, is he trying to damage control? What is this leak? Is that what he's trying to say, Paulo Cooper? Let me pull this up now. Oh shit, my phone dropped. 1 second, guys. Is that so? What's this person? This person goes the Last of Us gameplay leaked. Yeah, I don't want to. Let me zoom into. I want to avoid that. Let's see this shit. I want to avoid that because I think that's the gameplay I might get striked on that. Is there any info on this leak? What build? What year? Anything? I mean, just asking the logical questions here. Oh, he's gonna cry no matter what. And this guy, he's definitely one of the softest motherfuckers I know in the community, straight up. Honestly, him and his crew, softest motherfuckers around. That's all I know. They're gonna cry, and I wonder, if he's gonna do his analysis on this. Red Dead, the gameplay is getting leaked for the Last of Us remake, and people is looking spooky. It's like the gameplay is the same, animation's the same. It seems that the biggest key thing about it is the graphics, the biggest thing. And that's what they're trying to damage control this right now. And on top of that, yeah, especially Nick man went in for the leaks. He went all out. That guy, he went all out with that shit. But that's what we're talking about, Red Dude. The leaks are coming out, and it could be an old build. We know that. But as of right now, we're talking that shit. So we don't give a shit. We're gonna talk that shit because on other days they might get to talk that shit against us. Raiden Blade with the £5. Shout out to you, my homie. Look, be honest, the only reason for the remake is PS got no games. So it's easier to make a remastered than create or have something new. They got nothing. Talk that shit, play. That's what it is. And Colin says that, oh, the future of PlayStation, all we know is Spider-Man, Wolverine so far. Who knows what's next in that? But Doom Reaper, you're 100% right. You hit it on the fucking head. Ponies, graphics, that's all that matters. When it comes to graphics, that's all they want on that. Pentiment. Let's not go into Pentiment. But do you know what? Just for you guys, I'll probably live stream Pentiment just for you guys on that. I might have to lose a bet or something. We'll bet on something. I'm just having some water, guys. Yeah, where's Red Dragon now? You know that Red Dragon, every fucking listen. Every time, any negative news about Xbox, what does it do? Bro, straight away. Yo, look at this shit. I can't whatever. What's his Twitter thing, Red Dragons? No idea what's his Twitter, man. I don't know what's his Twitter, but that dude, man, every time when Xbox is like it's not even, it doesn't need to be real, but something just like the title, the clickbait, negative news about Xbox or something about Xbox, boom, links it, retweeted this. MBG's blocked me, the soft bitch. Soft, yeah, straight up, guys. They're all on their knees play. Trust me on that. I remember that. Let me just take away these links. 1 second, guys. Yeah, Paulo Cooper, you calling all these guys because I know you listen to them podcasts as well. Many of you guys, because you like to know what they're saying and stuff. I wonder where are they on Twitter? Where are they? They love to talk that shit when Xbox when there's something negative about. Let's be honest. The biggest hit for Xbox game right now is Halo. They're just going after Halo. Why aren't you going after Naughty Dog right now? This is looking spooky. Yo, I paid $150, $200 for the Firefly edition. And you said the game's looking better. It's going to be built for the PlayStation 5, ground up on that. Nowhere to be seen like mouses, like mices, rats. That's what they are. What's he calling that Naughty Dog fair plays and that? He's got me blocked, so I don't see his shit. But it has to, because amount of times these guys are capped. I'm blocked from his Twitter play, so I won't be able to see it. But amount of people these guys are capping for it. Now look where they are right now. Hilarious, man. And I can't wait. I can't wait for this game to come out and see what people's impressions are, or they're happy. Well, they're gonna pay. They're gonna pay for it no matter what. They're gonna pay for this remake of the remake remastered, straight up. Oh, you blocked too as well, Cooper? I think I did a video. Do you know what? He blocked me because I exposed him on a tweet or something. I wasn't even doing videos back then. I wasn't even doing YouTube videos. I was doing podcasting, but I wasn't doing YouTube videos. Maurice the Xbox hit it on the fucking nail once again. Sean, he goes, GT7 is a remaster. ASAP. That shit looks like ass. Even the PS3 version of The Last of Us 2 looks much better. Talk that shit, player. Talk that shit. Reggie Lee, did they announce the game is gold? But that could be an old build. I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, we will give the benefit of that. Us Xbox guys will give the benefit of that. We will talk that shit. But we'll give it the benefit of that. That game could be a 3 to 6 months old build. It could be what the leak's happening right now. The graphics I'm talking about, it could be. But who knows? Once the game drops in the next 2 months, we will find out. We will soon find out what the game's about. Yeah, Paulo Cooper, listen. They know the way. They know the way and that. They know what Xbox is doing right now. They know. They just have the W right now because they dropped the first party games and we have to push our big first party games out of 2022. We take the L, we continue. That's it. They know, but next year and the year when all these studios and all that start cooking, they're cooking. Once they start dropping, they know exactly. And if they drop 4 or 5 games in 1 year, like I'm talking about the first party games, they drop 4 first party games next year. That's like $180. 108. Well, no, sorry, $200 something with 4 games. That's gonna be crazy. Then you get your second party and third party deals as well. That's what I'm talking about. They know exactly what's gonna happen. And do you think they're gonna keep spending them $60, $70, $80 on games that maybe don't hit like that anymore? They're willing to pay for the remakes and remasters. Look at Spider-Man coming to the. Look when Spider-Man came to the PlayStation 5. That shit was $70, and obviously they bundled in all that shit. Spider-Man Miles Morales, all that shit. They bundled that in and they paid for it as well. So they're used to it. They used to upgrade fees. Well, what did Baveri send me? 1 second. What have you sent me, player? What's that MBG? I wouldn't listen to any one of them. I'm not gonna show you shit anyway. Let's hope it's capping. But guys, man, shout out to you guys. I know it's early for most of you guys, and maybe later. Oh shit, Paulie Barber, talk that shit. I'm on this dude on Twitter, Paulie Barber. Looking like the Last of Us Craig 2. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm gonna tweet that out, play. I'm gonna do that shit. That's a good one, play. That's a good one, killer. But shout out to you guys. Tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna be doing TTS at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We're definitely gonna talk more about this. Me and Dirt will definitely be on. Dirt, but I was hoping Dirt was gonna hop in for the next 10. Like he was hopping for 10 minutes or so, but I think he's busy working at the moment. But Last of Us. TTS tomorrow will be at 1 p.m. Eastern, guys. That's the target time tomorrow. We'll have a lot of fun, and hopefully, we might do community game night later that day as well. A lot of fun, man. A lot of people, guys. I've been doing the multiple. If you don't mind, oh shit. If you don't mind, man, follow me on Twitch as well, guys. Because I think in the future, I want to keep the Xbox YouTube channels separate in the future. Not like with the Xbox talking that shit videos. Follow me on Twitch, guys. When we do community game nights in the future, I appreciate if you give me a follow, guys, on Twitch and that. And in the future, we'll do like community game nights and game nights on there on Twitch. It'll be a lot better. But follow me on that, guys, if you don't mind. I'll put the link in the chat on my Twitch, guys. Apollo Cooper, what have you sent? Oh shit! Oh shit! Apollo Cooper, what have you sent? Play. What's this here? Let me pull this back. Yeah, they're using Steam numbers. Yeah, I seen that shit. Play. That's what they do. They love using the Steam numbers. You know, they don't like to use the Xbox number. But it looks like a cut. Do you know what that cut simulator is like? People are completing that game in the space of 2 hours, 3 hours max. I heard people can complete that game in 1 hour 20 minutes. In 1 hour 20 minutes, you can complete that cut simulator. I'm not stream that shit. I'm not download that shit. You know, I will download it for free. I'll play on my $10,000 PC. That's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna play on my $10,000 PC and play that cat simulator. But as Dust Fall, guys, what's your impression before I go in the next 5 minutes? Has anybody played as Dust Fall? And have you completed it yet? One part of it. I played. I did a 7-hour stream that day. That was crazy. Shout out to you guys for, dropping by and saying what's up as well. Yeah, my Twitch links in the chat, guys, as well. Nightbot's behaving right now. He's not blocking people. So my Twitch links in the chat, guys. Please follow me on that, man. In the future, I definitely want to do the game nights on that, community game nights. And guys, I'll drop the Discord link as well. The Discord link for community game nights. Join our Discord as well, player. It is a lot of fun, man. A lot of guys are playing, like, we play Halo, Forza, Fall Guys. We're playing Among Us. You name it. We'll probably play tomorrow. I might do the Forza Horizon Hot Wheels. We'll play that shit tomorrow, guys. A lot of fun, guys. Join our Discord. Follow me on Twitch as well. Anybody's welcome. You know that. You guys, well, Xbox mainly Xbox. But you're welcome. Whoever supports us and followers and that. Hop in and that. We play all these games. One like Fall Guys get up to 60 players. We had 30 players at one point. Among Us was hilarious in that. Had a lot of fun playing Among Us. Forza Horizon as well. We got the new DLC, a Hot Wheels expansion. I'll probably play that after TTS tomorrow as well. So definitely join the Discord. Follow me on Twitch as well. All the links are in the chat. I'll appreciate it if you do as well, man. Because I love it. You know what? As Dust Fall has 8 players co-op, we had 4 players playing with us. I had myself, Devon, Relski, and Stone King X. It was awesome. Yeah, Paulo Cooper, 100%. You're not enough. You guys aren't enough anymore. But guys, I'm gonna sign out here. Shout out to you guys. We had over 70 plus people at this time. Shout out to you guys. Tomorrow TTS at 1 p.m. Eastern, guys, 6 p.m. UK times. Me and my homie Dirk Griggity from the host of WBG will be talking that shit tomorrow, guys. Be safe on that. Make sure the links are in the chat for Discord as well, guys. Join the Discord for community game nights. Twitch link as well there. Social media is there as well, guys. Guys, be safe. Take care. And we'll catch you on the next one, play. We out.
Ain't nothing but against the party.
Ah, shit. You motherfuckers know what time is it? Hit that motherfucking like button. And you motherfucking ponies, hit that dislike button and get the fuck out of here, you soft motherfuckers. And ponies, Jim Ryan lied to you and pimped your bitch ass till the end of the west side. You motherfucking ponies know what to do. Walk down that street corner, twerk your motherfucking ass, then put your bitch ass hands out and sell your bitch ass for those $70 games, you soft motherfuckers.